Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Statues Podcast. I'm your host, Danang. It's great to be back. For today's episode, I do have a clip and I want to play that before we go ahead and start. So here it is.
No matter what you've done, you have the right to be forgiven. See, I don't let nobody hold me to the mistakes I made. Look, man, once God forgive me, I'm through with you. You can feel how you want to feel about me, but you can't drive your car looking in the rearview mirror. See, you got to get your eyes off the past and look at where you're going. So when you're young and you making mistakes, don't let them eat you up. Because everybody that done made it, done made them.
Yeah.
You got to fail in order to win. Hey, look, man, to understand how to hit the game-winning shot, you got to miss the game-winning shots.
Yeah, so that's today's clip. Today's clip was something that I found a while ago, but when I was coming up with this episode, this was the one clip that just kept coming to mind, and I wanted to talk about it. I feel like a lot of people suffer with this, and a lot of people may have lost a lot of direction because of this. The judgment of other people, what other people have to say about you and your failures. And failures are okay. Let's start with that. Having failures in life is okay. Without failures, there is no growth. Without failures, you're not going to learn. I have failed many times in my life. Before the company that I have now, I had failed a company before this. And if it wasn't for that failure of a company, I wouldn't have found the foundation that I have today. And I think that's okay to be judged for all of your mistakes, okay? But you cannot define yourself because of it. Understand that the mistakes that you have in your life made you who you are today. And you have to be okay with that, to live with that. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I've hurt a lot of people that were close to me. And in doing so, I've lost a lot of relationships, and I've also gained a lot of relationships. But one thing that I'm very proud of was, when he says that when God has forgiven me, nothing else matters. I think he's talking about yourself. When you can forgive yourself, nothing else matters. Everyone's going to talk, and what everyone has to say. When are they not going to say something? So you have to be okay with yourself and come to terms with the fact that what you did is what you did. There are ways to fix it, and if there aren't, there aren't. I had to rekindle a lot of my relationships that I ruined because they meant something to me. And if they didn't matter to me. It was as simple as that. That if these people were to look at me and judge me and see me for my mistakes, then I had to be okay with that. But for me to be okay with that took a lot of reflection, took a lot of trying to fix myself. And that's the one thing that you have to do is, can you fix yourself? It's not going to be easy. Not at all. He says to win the game-winning shot, you have to lose the game-winning shot 100%. 100%. If you do not lose, you cannot win. And even if when you win without losses, you will lose because you don't know what you got. It took a lot for me to realize what I had in front of me before, chasing anything else. I am proud of who I am because of my mistakes. And that's not easy. It will never get easier to understand that the mistakes that you made in your life, the failures that you have in your life are literally the building blocks that made you who you are, the successes that you have in life. Within the last couple months here that, I haven't done an episode, I've taken a lot of that time to kind of just reflect. Not only reflect, I've been working on my book, and then my book is almost like a reflection of everything in my life. And that book, the reason why it's so important for me to finish and write this is because it is about failures. All of it is about failures and nothing about success. Because failures matter to me a lot more than success. It is the failures of those around me and myself that we learn from each and every individual as much as everyone else can learn from me. Failure is something that I think people have to get comfortable with and understand the comfortability of failure. There's a lot of shame, there's a lot of this, and there's a lot of that. But yeah, when is there not? I was ashamed of who I was for a very long time. If you have good people around you, it won't matter to them. It will not matter to them what you've done. Because who you are right now and who you are to them matters more. If they are good people, it won't matter. You have to be able to forgive yourself to be comfortable with everything else that is going to come in life. And, I just want to say sometimes it's not easy, okay? When you look at things, when you do certain things, yeah, subconsciously you're going to think about it. I do it all the time. But the one thing that I've come to terms with for a very long time now is the kind of fuck up that I am. It's as simple as that. I wasn't good in school. I sucked at math. I failed grade 11 math. Everyone knows it. But it's nothing that I'm ashamed of anymore. I've worked very hard to get to where I am with the knowledge that I have and growing that knowledge. I'm not saying I'm smart, but I'm saying that I can adapt and I'm willing to learn, even if that makes me the student again. Understand that you are never done learning, that you cannot put yourself in a position where you say, I'm done, this is it. Because you're not. And that's not it. There's still so much more to do. So much more around you to learn. I'm learning every day. And I learn from those that are younger than me, those that are older than me. I learn from those that are around me. Because that is the true nature of life. The true nature of failure. The true nature of success. This is what it all comes down to. You can have a big ego. You can do this. You can do that. Many times in my career, I joke and say, I'm the best. I'm the best at what I do. In all honesty, I'm just good at what I do. I'm not the best. I've learned from the best. I've learned from everyone around me. It doesn't get any better than that. When you can share the wealth, share the health, share the knowledge. Knowledge is powerful. But you got to have a balance of wealth, health, and knowledge. Even if it makes a little sacrifice. I've made huge sacrifices in my life for the better good of knowledge and understanding certain things. And now, even as I get older, you think this is it. You only realize that you're still climbing the mountain, that you haven't even come close to the tip. You're still climbing. Today's episode is a very short episode, but I wanted to make it because I think, honestly, that clip is a very powerful clip. It is a conversation that needs to happen, and a conversation that should happen to those around us, so that you guys can understand that failure is a part of success. That when you think that's it, that's not it. There's still so much more to do. So let's have that discussion. Let's be comfortable with failure. I hope that this video helps. I hope that this episode helps. We are out on all streaming platforms. Go and check it out. Any conversation that you guys want to have, any topic that you guys want me to talk about, you guys can go ahead and just message us. And yeah, thank you guys so much. And I hope you guys enjoy this episode. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye, guys.